there were Persona 5 fans that were not feeling the idea of Tom Holland being Joker, the main character from Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. And
Yes. So
I
there's rumors that there's a movie or TV show coming out, and then the other rumors that Tom Holland would be cast in the lead role.
yeah, so I will be transparent. As of right now, I've only gotten through the first 20 so hours of Persona 5 Royal. I'm still playing it. I'm not going to put it down, but I stopped. The biggest thing that I would say, I understand that yes, he doesn't have the personality of Joker. However, the bigger picture story here is Tom Holland basically does not need to play every video game character. He don't need to play it. He was thrown into a position with Spider-Man that was probably bigger than the video game thing. It just so happened to be the video game thing. But now it's starting to look that way because of Uncharted. And now if you saying this, it's like, okay, well now technically that's like the next one and it's him again. So it's like, okay, it don't have to be him every single time. He's about to be more times than Chris Pratt, basically, right? But it's like it could be somebody else, like anybody else. Tom Holland, he's a good upcoming actor that's gonna have a long, a long career ahead of him, right? To get him to like Brad Pitt level or something. But no, he doesn't need to be Joker. No. From what I've seen so far, I don't see him as Joker. Joker should be somebody. You should get someone who we don't know who he is. It works when we don't know who he is. At one point we didn't know who Tom Holland was really, and it fit Spider-Man and Peter Parker better that way. But now that you really know who he is, it's like it's gonna overshadow Joker and Persona 5 because you're gonna be looking at him and like, no, he's Tom Holland, or you might even just look at him and say that's Spider-Man. Because didn't a few of them make, what movie did they make that was in between like In-Game and something else? It was something that we saw the trailer in the theater. You remember that? And it was like him in it, and it was a couple
like or something like that.
Yeah, we looked at it like, no, that's Avengers. That's what he said. We looked at it like it was Avengers. The same thing with I think King Kong movie was the same way. It was like, no, this is the Avengers. They just do it something else, like because they had like Samuel L. Jackson and
Tom Hiddleston and
I was like, that's the Avengers cast. So it's like you're gonna look at it that way instead of like looking at Persona 5 as Persona 5 for a TV show or a movie.
So my thing is, one, he doesn't need to be in everything, and that's what it's starting to feel like. But two, there's certain movies where it's gonna be benefited from having bigger names in it because the plot seems, I guess, relatively generic, but like having these big names attached help, right? So like in a way, for example, like we talked about for the Netflix show with Jamie Foxx in it, or the Netflix movie with Jamie Foxx in it, like the vampire hunting thing, Day Shift, and everything, it's gonna benefit by having Jamie Foxx's name, because then it just seems like another just like I Hunt Vampires. Like it's just, it's kind of a generic thing. If you make like another zombie movie, it'll benefit from having big names in it because it just feels like another zombie movie, right? When you run into those things that just feel like another this, then having a big name attached helps. Like that movie Extraction that's on Netflix. A lot of people probably wouldn't have seen it if Chris Hemsworth wasn't the lead actor for it.
Right. The difference though is Persona. Yeah, I was just gonna say the difference is Persona has a name already, so there's no need for no actor.
There's certain movies where you don't need big names because the property itself brings in the people, and Persona is one of those. Like people who are gonna go see a Persona movie or watch the Persona TV series are gonna watch it because they're fans of Persona, not because they're fans of Tom Holland.
Right.
And it's the same thing where you could use relatively unknown names and things like Godzilla or Kong, or like there's certain movies like that where it's like you don't need to have and this actor's in it because like no, I'm not going to see it for them. I'm going to see it because I want to see Godzilla. Right? Like that's what I want to say. In fact, you already know I feel like for a lot of the MonsterVerse, there's too many humans to begin with.
They did that in the first one. It was like Breaking
Bad.
Like that was all I was thinking. It was like he's Breaking Bad, not old boy in the first one. I forgot his name. Bryan Cranston. Like it was like it was Breaking Bad. And it's like that's my thought process. Like, that's Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I just didn't need him in it. But that's how I feel for some of this stuff. You don't necessarily need the name behind it. Because people are just gonna see it. And it might be time to like put a new actor on. Like check somebody new out and everything. Yeah. Plus you could save some of your money, to be honest, that you would have spent for having Tom Holland with like a new actor, and then that could go towards the production or go towards the people behind the scenes that are working that deserve more money anyways.
Yes, that's an excellent point because I mean some of these other guys is like, well, they get paid like Matrix what is it called? Resurrection. I think it was Resurrection. It was like that was clearly Keanu Reeves' movie. Keanu Reeves the movie, but the movie suffered bad. It's like that was one where it was like we really didn't need Neo back. You could have done something so different and saved the franchise. But no, they brought Neo back and it killed it. So so Tom Holland, you're good, but you don't need to be everywhere. I think we can end it with that.